Good evening to Warner Irvin, Ray Hinesley. There's Hap Honeycutt, Parker Johnson, Dr. Kelly Larkin. Horseback tonight, Wesley Sinor, Robbie Smith, and Joe Van Matry. He'll be the guy waving with two hands. He doesn't need reins. He's riding an electric horse.
Oh, I love it when Joe does that. I really do. Lifetime Executive Committee is also a horseback with us. Folks like Jim Wyndham, Keith A. Steffick, Chris Richardson, the Ed McMahon, Wayne Hollis, Tillman Fertitta, and Don Buckaloo, all in the saddle.
Some of our vice presidents riding with us include Charlene Walkowiak and Wendy Vandeventer, Scott Sullivan, James Mora, and Michelle Lilly, Alan Kent, Rick Jones, and Alicia Jemerson. But don't forget about Robert Hodge, Jeff Hayes, John Grimes, and Juan Garcia. There's Alan Folger and Mike Curley, Ginger Brown, Dr. Brian Blonder, Larry Biediger, and Wendy Lewis Armstrong.
Well, I've got a group that's been riding for a lifetime because they are the lifetime vice presidents. Emmett Story, good evening to you. Ken Shaw, nice to see you out there. Greg Schroeder, Tim Lightfoot, Dick Hudgens, Butch Guerrero, and Ray Gonzalez. Dr. Terrence Fontaine, good evening. Hello to Jamie Ehrman tonight.
And then, of course, it's our directors. Oh, my gosh, we got so many of them. It would take us all day to lead them, but guess what? We're going to mention some that are horseback with us. Thomas Fleischer, Charles Fisher, Landon Ellinger, Jay Crocker, Matthew Cohn, Gene Clark, Michelle Bridges, Barclay Branch, Annette Bisbee, Russ Allen, Jake Ollie, and Courtney Adani.
And as you can see, we have quite a few horseback guests. Some of those guests include guests of Lifetime Director Dr. Tom Sawyer. That's Patty Dale Ty, Jim Ty, Susan Vick Dings, and Dan Dings.
Oh, I'd like to recognize outgoing chairman of the Auctions Assistant Committee, Michelle Bridges. Thank you for your service. Gina Gusby Harris, outgoing chairman of the Black Heritage Committee. Leslie Briones, Harris County Commissioner, Precinct 4. Congresswoman Kat Kamerick, Florida, 3rd District, and Rodney Riddell, significant other of VP Michelle Lilly.
And then, of course, some of the wives of our vice presidents. That includes Kim Folger, Denise Blonder, Kathy Biediger, and Isela Garcia.
Harris County Commissioner for Precinct 2, that's Adrian Garcia. We also have Joshua Joe, Jim Van Hooser, lifetime vice president, and former Astro and member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, Craig Biggio.
Ah, what a great reception. Our First Lady, the wife of our chairman of the board, Brady Caruth. That is her first carriage, Zane Caruth. Keely DeSalvo, friends from Austin, Arkansas, New York, and California. Julie Chopecki, Samantha Bozart, Courtney Dower, Andrea Spurgeon, and Emily DeSigna.
And then the president's wife's carriage, and that is, of course, Randy Bowman, the wife of our president, Chris Bowman. We have Wendy Vandeventer, the lifetime vice president, officer in charge. Rijo Flores, a director, Charlene Walkowiak, another lifetime vice president and officer in charge. Ron Walkowiak, the husband of Charlene, and Dennis Wolford, a director.
In Wagon 3, we have Congressman Brian Babin and his wife Roxanne, the family of Leslie Briones, that's Aiden, Valentina, Catalina, and Anna, and then the Andersons, Stephanie, Drew, Andy, and Trace, our executive office guests and dignitaries.
You got them all, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, standing on the dirt by that gate that I asked earlier, swing it open, let him in, is a gentleman. There he is, with that big gray mustache. I think he dyed it gray. John Sandling, tip your hat, John. He is a lifetime vice president, ongoing chairman of the Grand Entry Committee. John, we never get to brag on you. See you enough. Big job, and you do such a wonderful job of it. Thank you, sir.
He's outgoing, so this is his season for that right now. So tonight's a special night. We are saluting Houston Metro Go Texans Subcommittee, Brazoria Southwest, Tomball, Magnolia, Montgomery, Fort Bend, Stafford, believe, the Southwest. Of course, our entertainer tonight, Chris Stapleton. And we want to welcome all of you at home who have joined us on the Cowboy Channel as we enter semifinal number 2 of Rodeo Houston.
There goes the first of our 4 beautiful fire trucks. To all of the people that own those, that let us use them every year, thank you so very much. You know, those fire trucks are carrying some young people, maybe for the very first and only time. See that little boy right there in that blue neckerchief? He's as happy as he can be.
Creating a memory.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's your dog. Did you feed him today, Bob?
Yes, I did. I've got him new dog food, and he's just, look how vibrant he is tonight.
Well, with new dog food, there's a reason he's got his nose out of the window. All right? His digestive system has...
Stop. Whoa.
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't going to go there, but, well, for those of you who'd like a Dalmatian.
I have a question.
Okay.
If Bob can talk about reproductive physiology when it comes to animals, how come I cannot talk about their digestive issues?
Because I want to talk about the future, not what has passed.
Yeah, and it passed in the front seat.
Oh, that was...
We were trying to get you away from that. Speaking about reproduction, folks, we do this every year with 110 rodeo committees.
Thank you for bringing that back up, Boyd.
They number 110, and then if you put them all together, that is 35,000 people that work on this show. And a lot of them have been working for, 4 and 5 years out in advance, and it has to happen. I don't think we've talked. I love the art committee, Andy.
Oh, yeah.
But let's talk about the ag mechanics. There's a lot of young men and women that don't want to be a doctor or an attorney or an astronaut, and they want to learn how to weld and fix and rebuild and regenerate livestock equipment and these old tractors restoration. It's a big deal.
It's the beauty and the genius that is the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. It's not just our rodeo. It's not just the concerts. It's a way to support the youth of the great state of Texas that want to be involved in agriculture. And it truly takes care of every facet of that. If you have an artistic ability, there's something for you. If you'd like to get a 4-year degree, a master's degree, we've given out tens of thousands of scholarships. So there's just so many different ways it can change lives.
And it has changed many, but none of it would be possible without the 35,000 volunteers that give nearly 70 hours of work a year for free. Imagine that, folks. 35,000 people giving you 70. That's almost 2 weeks of hard labor with no compensation except to give back to the youth of Texas and to continue to support agriculture. So as those gorgeous Survey Championship Rodeo pivot riders exit the arena, understand our lights are going to be changing just a little bit. So you want to be prepared for that. Friends, at this time, we'd like to ask you to stand for our invocation. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. And gentlemen, please remove your hats. Thank you. Please remain standing for our invocation, the Pledge of Allegiance, and our national anthem. Our invocation tonight will be given by one of our Rodeo Houston scholars, Richard Harris.
Hi, everyone. Would you please bow your heads and join me in a moment of prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, a day that you have given us and a day that we will never see again. We thank you for gathering us all here today for the performance. We thank you for not only continuing to bless this rodeo arena, but we ask for continued blessings in our life arena. Grant us peace, mercy, and grace all the days of our life. And I wanted to give a special thank you to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Committee for all that they do and all that they support. We know it is in your name and it is in your word. So, Lord, again, grant us traveling grace, those that came from near or far. Bless the entertainers, bless the performers, the athletes. Bless everyone assembled here under your name today. And all of these things we ask in your Son, Jesus' name, amen.
Wow. Amen. Thank you for that, Richard. Our national anthem salute is brought to you by Cavender's Boot City. Tough Hike Camp from Cross Point Christian School will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. The Star Spangled Banner will be performed by a special guest vocalist from Nashville, Tennessee, Jamie Fugate. And carrying our nation's flag, Shelby Pearson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to a republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Wow! What amazing and awesome patriotic salute brought to you by Cavender's Boot City. Hi, folks. We're going to talk fast because in about 30 seconds, we're going to be joining Telemundo and Bally Sports Southwest live. We'll open our television show with a video, and when that video is over, the first person you're going to see is this Hall of Famer and the voice of Rodeo Houston, Bob Tolman. When you see him, we want this place to erupt and prove that the greatest rodeo fans in the world are in Houston, Texas. Remember, they've already tuned in on the Cowboy Channel, so stand by as we join Telemundo and Bally Sports Southwest.
Oh, Houston, let's go!
Look at those long legs fly.
There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than I heard it.
What an outstanding competition.
Miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy
When they
smokes, that's a
open
lot of
up that
horse.
gate, welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A
the
hard
show.
running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show.
That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. Are you ready? Oh, listen to that crowd live in NRG tonight. Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tolman, along with Boyd Polhamus and Andy Seiler. when we get to this point, 17 performances in, and we get to a semifinals last night, we all agreed it might have been the best rodeo we'd seen in 2 weeks. Tonight it's going to happen again, and you are blessed to be here. Let's talk about the talent and who gets to go on and who don't.
Okay, I just want to caution you all. In the bareback riding, you're going to be attracted to some shiny things. World champions like Casey Field, Will Lowe, Jess Pope, Clayton Bigelow. Don't look at those shiny things. Look at a 19-year-old cowboy from Montana named Sam Peterson. Here he is just 1 series ago on a horse called Daddy's Girl. He would mark 89 points on that horse. That's one of the highest marked bareback rides of the rodeo. He doesn't have a gold buckle, emphasis on yet, if he keeps riding like that. But he's got a horse tonight called Commander, and as you know, Andy, that horse is a handful.
That's very true. I hope some of those bareback riders don't meet you in the parking lot, Boyd. But I'm going to stick with the rough stock because we've got a young man who's trying to defend his title in Sage Newman. Now, he's made some very nice rides through the Super Series competition. Here's one of them. He was 85 points on a Survey horse called Vintage Villain. Rides like those are nice, and it's showing us that he could still do it. We've never doubted that. But the question is, will he be able to get out of this talented semifinals, and when we get to Sunday, defend that title?
That's right. You got to be in the top 4 to advance to the championship on Sunday. Let's go to the 4th member of our broadcast team. She's on the arena floor. This is Patty Smith.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am on the star stage where Chris Stapleton will be performing in just a couple of hours. And I also have my eyes on a cowboy in the tie-down roping competition right behind us, and it is Adam Gray. He is a Texas Tech Red Raider. He is a 6-time NFR qualifier, and he was the winner coming out of Super Series 3. We had a chance to ask him, what has he been doing this past week between Super Series 3 and tonight's semifinal?
I went home and practiced. The horse I rode here, I've never rode at a rodeo before. I haven't had him very long, and so needed to make some adjustments and be prepared going forward.
And remember, he knows exactly what adjustments to make. He's a 2012 Rodeo Houston champ and still holds the arena record with a 7-4, guys.
Thank you for that, Miss Patty. And that's exactly how we're going to begin, is with the tie-down roping. Semifinal number 2, and it's brought to you by Boot Bar. So far, so good. Last year's champion, John Douch, used the win at Rodeo Houston to make it to his 2nd national finals rodeo. And there you go. Now, she mentioned Adam 7-4. The other guy that shares that arena record with him is Caleb Schmidt. He'll be first to go. You'll hear from Ty Harris tonight as well. All the way down to Hunter Herron. At this juncture, there's nothing but straight talent on that board.
One of the reasons why Caleb Schmidt holds our arena record is the horse he rides. This bay horse named Pockets. If you were to try to purchase this horse, you can't put a price tag on it. He's so calm, solid, and consistent. And you don't want this 4-time world champ setting the pace. If you're one of the other 9, gather them up. Yes, sir. 8.9 for Caleb. Bob, I love the way that sets him up to move on.
Well, as Boyd was talking about, and then Patty talked about Adam Gray, and then you throw this guy in from Belleville. We're just going to go a little farther north to Peaster, Texas, for Adam. Isn't it nice that you live close enough you could go home? You had time to work it out. That's where the Houston format is so good. Now, if you lived in Montana, you might have to fly home and get in a snowbank. Adam Gray, we've told this story many, many times, and I'm proud. Boyd taught it to me. Texas Tech grad. What did he graduate with? Well, first of all, he went on a 4-year all-academic scholarship and graduated with a degree in civil engineering. Right now, he needs to be civilly 8.8 or quicker, Boydie.
Oh, nope. So, look, when you're in a semifinal like this, folks, you're only going to chase a calf so far before you take a chance. You know, as Caleb did his job was to come out and put pressure on everybody else. He did that fabulously with an 8.9. And you can see that horse, like Adam said, working out some kinks with a new horse. And believe me, by the time, Bob, you see him in Reno, all the kinks will be worked out. Let's go to the youngest, one of 2 of the youngest ropers here. You just watch Adam. He's the oldest roper in this semifinal. This is one of two 21-year-olds, Kincaid Henry, Mount Pleasant, Texas, coming off his first trip to the national finals. And there we go again. And this tie-down roping's falling apart like a $2 suitcase.
Well, you know, Andy, he won $115,000 in Vegas last year as a rookie. Go with this.
Speaking of money, here's a man that just won the American, but Ty Harris said he's not resting on his laurels. He wants to win here.
Oh, man, you grow up and you hear about Houston-rodeo, and I ran this same calf 100 million times growing up, so it means the world, and heck yeah, I want to win it.
He wants to win it. A San Angelo cowboy, misses the flank. Will now regather, string, and tie. Well, after 2 no times and the issues that Ty just had, 19-5 leaves the door wide open for the final 6.
You know, Bob, we always see this. You know, in a super series, if you don't do well on the first night, you got the second night. And if you don't do well on the second night, you got the third night. But in the semifinals where you're going up against 10, 4 of you are going home and 6 of you are getting kicked to the wild card, puts a little more pressure on them. And here's another young gun, the other 21-year-old cowboy.
This would be Bo Cooper. He comes from Stettler, Alberta. You think that they're 18 years younger than Adam Gray. He is a Resistol Rookie of the Year award winner. You and I watched his dad rope at Canadian rodeos in Calgary.
Yeah, he's a hockey player in high school. 6'1", 165. Trying to keep up with the Calebs. And he'll just flip the number from Caleb from an 8.9 to a 9.8. Either way, that second right now, we're half. Oh no, did this calf kick free? Folks, if the calf doesn't stay tied for 6 seconds, once you remount the horse, it's a no time, and that's what happened. So at this juncture, Andy, we got one run of 8.9 and one run of 19.5, and the rest have been no times.
Well, when I look down this list, you see that our final 5 have all qualified to the National Finals Rodeo. So you hope, if they've qualified to our Super Bowl, that they know how to handle pressure. Let's throw a Prairie View, Texas cowboy at you by the name of Corey Solomon. 9 trips to the National Finals. $1.8 million in career earnings. Gets out from behind the barrier line. Calf standing when he gets there. Come on, Corey, Houston's behind you.
Oh, you couldn't have said that better at a better time. Mr. Seiler, that is perfect. What did he do wrong? Nothing. What did he do right? Everything. As smooth as a guy could be from the time that he ropes the calf, gets off. And that Palomino horse isn't just beautiful. That's a working dude. 9-5. Texas, you happy?
I don't want to digress, but I'm noticing that some of our ropers have went from their felt hats to their straw hats, which must mean the mesquite has started to bud out in Texas, because that's when you make the switch from the felt to the straw. This guy never makes a switch from being a good roper to a bad one. 3 out of our next 4 in the top 20 in the world, and one of them is Riley Pruitt, Gary, Nebraska, 2-time national finalist. Oh, no! Former champion, currently number 6 in the world. He had won San Antonio. Boy, if he could have parlayed a win here in Houston, oh, my.
Well, right as he went to throw, his horse kind of gets short and starts to stop. And that makes it a little bit more difficult for his loop to come around and catch the calf. Right there, you can see his horse check up. And he reaches out.
Took the dip out of that loop, Andy. Took the dip out.
That's our 4th no time.
All right, we're going to get serious here. You got 3 guys to go from Iowa, Texas, and Oklahoma. We are holding with an 8.9. The world champion did that right off the bat. Corey Solomon solid. Ty Harris at 19.5 winning 3rd. This is Zach Youngblood. Well, he's going to fall suit to another no time, and that opens the door for everybody.
Man, you could have won a lot of money off of me tonight. Guys that were throwing ropes that aren't fitting. From Adam Gray to Kincaid Henry to Riley and Zach. Let's turn to a veteran. Reese Reamer, 32 years old. Been doing this a long time. He's 5'9", 185 pounds. College rodeoed at Weatherford College and Tarleton State up there in the Stephenville, Erath County area. 2012 Resist All Rookie of the Year. 3-time national finalist. Basically catch the calf, you're in the top 4. 19-5, you're in the top 3, and you're guaranteed to move on. If he's faster than 19-5, he moves on. Oh! The horse did the same thing you just talked about with Riley Pruitt. The horse anticipated the throw. But he's going to make it to the finals by virtue of the fact that he's 14-2, and the most he can get moved is 1 spot. So he's in with Ty Harris looking at the wild card.
That horse felt a very big swing and started to stop, but then he catches back up, frees his horse up, and that 14-2 will be just enough. So now it comes down to Hunter Herron. Over $2 million won, and it's this simple. Beat 19-5, and you advance. Ty Harris thought for sure with a 19-5, he was done. He's going straight to the wild card.
And I would submit to you that I think there's more pressure to be 19-5 than there would be to be 8-8. Because, I mean, you could blindfold this guy and put him on a crippled mule and tell him to rope a billy goat, and he could do that in under 19.5 seconds.
Well, at the age of 38, he's got 20 years of experience. And he's got Caleb Schmidt right there beside him. That's the man that he's going to go try to beat.
You were being facetious when talking about that billy goat, right?
Right.
A little.
There is a moment to be facetious, and that was the perfect timing. Come on, H.
Well, he's trying to get this horse to stand up, Bob, because we talked about the barrier. He doesn't, that's something he wants to throw completely out of his mind.
Team squat, watch him when he backs in there. Being hunched up and ready to run is one thing, but squatting takes a jump out of him.
Yeah, he raised his finger and waved it at somebody. I don't know what. 19-5.
Get up, go on with it, 8.
Come on. There you go. Just do you. Yeah.
Insurance tied, 2 wraps and a half hitch. I don't think that hurt him. You watch him walk back, that hurt him.
Well, the jerk line. He gets caught up in this jerk line.
He landed awkwardly there on that left leg.
He has no jerk line. He got caught up in the rain. My lie. My bad. And yes, you're right, Bob. He's grimacing. Yeah, that's not good. Don't like to see that, even though he's advancing with that 12-3.
Oh, I like that Palomino horse, Corey Solomon's. Now, when you reach for one that's going around the corner to the left, he's got a lot of slack. Look at him handle that slack twice. This is what you just saw with Hunter Herron. I think his foot hung in the stirrup, the right foot, jerked him, drove his knee right in the ground. Folks, he's running 30 miles an hour. There's Adam. Corey, he's thinking about it. 9-5, you're safe. You're going to get to go. Here's how it comes down, Andy.
Here's who will advance from our second semifinals. It is Caleb Schmidt, Corey Solomon, Hunter Herron, and Reese Reamer on a wild night. Thank you to Boot Barn for sponsoring our tie-down ropers.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top competitors in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. When they conclude, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal get one more chance. They'll go to one of our wild card competitions. The winner of each wild card will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $50,000. The event winners from each Super Series will receive a 52-quart ultralight cooler from Arctic Outdoors and a custom Les Paul style electric guitar created especially for Rodeo Houston champions. And that's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Hey, 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 coming up next, it'll be the bareback riding, and it'll be good watching.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly.
Hey, look, we'd love to have you here every night, but we realize with just, after tonight, 3 days left to go? But you don't have to miss Rodeo Houston if you don't get to NRG. Watch us on Telemundo, watch us on the Cowboy Channel, or watch us on Valley Sports Southwest. We'll see you in your living room if you can't make it to NRG.
Hey, if you'd like to use our caption opportunity, we're going to make it easy for you. Just point your camera right now at the QR code on the center screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Thanks to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our hard-working arena crew. They're down in the dirt on the chutes, making it all work behind the scenes.
All right, we got 3 black hats and a brown. Who didn't get the memo?
And they're all wearing winter hats. They're wearing felt.
Welcome back to NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. Oh, they're all armed up in the grandstands, and they're ready to watch the one-armed game of bareback bronc riding. Presented by Chevron at Rodeo Houston. You'll see this guy tonight. He's not only the reigning world champion, he's the reigning Rodeo Houston champion. And he's joined by world champions Bigelow, Lowe, Field. Oh my gosh, that is a truckload of talent. And we're starting with a truckload with Jacob.
Mr. Roper of Octaha, Oklahoma.
We had him. Now we might be screwed.
Can I take him now? They can fall out on me.
As long as you got his head up. Is he off the gate?
Yeah, he's on the gate. Roll, baby.
The National Finals bucking horse called Star Witness. A stud from Stay Smith. Tight circle around to the right. And it's going to be just like that all evening, fellas.
Yeah, he made it out of Super Series 4 with $2,875 won. But he is going to win a lot more with that ride. Folks, you just witnessed an 87-point effort by Jaco Roper, 21-year-old superstar. You know, he's an amateur tattoo artist.
Yeah, they said that he designs them as well as performs them.
Yeah, I'm not making that up. If you want a tat, that man can give you a tat.
I'll pass.
Well, going to have a little tit for tat here. Just get to it, boys. Let's see what the world champion can do. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 3 years, he's won the average at the Wrangler NFR, and this year he took the gold buckle title with it, which he deserved at the age of 24.
Can I get a box?
Now, the Ty Pope that you have seen, heard, and
bit,
heard
guys.
us brag on, that's his brother. This is a horse of Stay Smith's. He's got a lot of good ones. They call this one Betty's Boy. Rocker Steiner rode this horse at Fort Worth, my hometown rodeo, about a month ago for 87 points. You watch this man's feet. Look at there, boys. He is fired on all 8 cylinders tonight.
You see why he's our defending champion as well. Everything is straight and correct. His toes are turned out. Each and every jump, bringing him back to the rigging. Top 2 score, 85.5 for Jess.
Okay, boy, do you want to take a bet? Will the 85.5 make it at least 4th? Will it place?
Yeah, I'm going to say 85.5 is going to make it, which means these other guys that are following these 2 high scores, they might end up taking chances they wouldn't take if you had an average where you could play it safe, which I like this format because it encourages you to give it everything you've got. It's win or go home. Cole Franks. Resist All Rookie of the Year in 2021. 2-time NFR qualifier. 22 years old. Cactus Black. Stay Smith sends us the horse. 5-time National Finals bucket horse. From the 11-time Contractor of the Year. There goes Cole's hat, but his feet stay right where they need to be. So we've seen 87, we've seen 85.5. Andy, what do you think?
It is going to be a re-ride opportunity. So 77 would not be enough, I think, after we see everybody else. So there will be a re-ride opportunity for Cole Franks in just a little bit. Here's the second world champion you've seen in the bareback riding. Clements, California's Clayton Bigelow. Former Resist All Rookie of the Year back in 2016. Horse is called Broken Button. Pretty sorrel and white paint. Some serious changes of his direction, Bobby T, and some power underneath him.
Well, he comes here as a second generation. He watched his daddy ride like this back in the 70s and early 80s out in California. The Broken Button. I love the name. Where'd that hat come from? Oh, well, he's going to punch it out of the way as he comes through. They're going to mark him 79 points. And unofficially right now, that puts him 3rd for the world champion.
Some of y'all like country music because this guy is a singer and a songwriter. He actually has music on Spotify. This is Cody Lamb from Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. Bangor, Maine, the name of the horse. Lamb tapping off. Blood Red Bay carrying him close to the bucket chutes. Lamb is 28 years old. This is his 10th year. He was 88 and 84.5 in Fort Worth. He'd like to do that here because that would help his chances to advance. Anything above, well, there he goes. 80 points. That puts him in the number 3 spot. Now Clayton Bigelow at 77 is vulnerable.
So that's Will Lowe, the oldest bareback rider here. He even rode in the Astrodome. We asked him, what was that like?
It was really awesome riding the Astrodome. A lot of great guys then. I was the young guy then, and heck, it takes 2 of these bareback riders to make my age now, so.
Ain't he a piece of work?
He actually won the rodeo in the Astrodome.
And then came back 20 years later and won it right here.
Push into him.
This is as true a Texan as you're ever going to meet.
Well, just do the math, according to Will. He's 40 years old. Keenan Hayes is 20. Sam Peterson's 19.
Well, that math will also go with the rematch. He's had this horse twice.
Yeah.
Sun Catcher.
She'll stand up.
And we're trying to lay down.
Yep. There we go. There we go. What do you need? Let go over now. See if the head just needs to come up. She'll stand up.
You can see how low this horse is too. This is one of the smaller bareback horses you're going to see. we go.
You're watching a 40-year-old machine. Hey, Texas, that is your hero.
Forget Texas. He's my hero. I'm not 40 yet, and I can't do what he's doing right now.
He's also Kansas's hero. That's where he was born, bred, and raised. Had the good sense to move to the Lone Star State. He just moved to the top 3, 82.5, with a blue-eyed wonder boy from Texas.
All right, everybody says, where's the challenge going to be? It's going to be in the next 5 guys. The course is set at 87, 85.5. Will, you might be on the bubble. Cody Lamb's at the 80. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a machine who has 6 world titles, just like his daddy. He's thinking tonight, I got to ride against a guy 40 and against a bunch of kids 18. This is Casey Field on your own. Oh, the Servy Roan has got the kick, and he's got the whack.
How many times have we bragged on this guy? He has become the gold standard for bareback riding, and the last time he decides that he wants to ride a bucking horse, they'll automatically put him in the Hall of Fame. Top 3 score, 85 for Casey Field.
Show him that leaderboard. When you look at this leaderboard, you've got Jess Pope, the reigning world champion. You've got Casey Field, 6-time world champion. You got Will Lowe, 3-time world champion. The gold buckles are shining, but Roper is sitting on top. Here's Keenan Hayes, Neurotic Toddy. 20-year-old cowboy. Been riding fabulously all year long. He's number 2 in the world.
All right, now you watch, as we have already seen it. There's a red flag. I call it hot orange. Yep, that means they didn't like what this horse did. He hit, he scattered, he jumped, he kicked at the ground.
Don't laugh. I looked it up. A synonym for red is hot orange.
Hey, you thought I was being facetious? I'm telling you.
I just thought it was orange.
Okay, fine. They're going to give him a reride. The gray horse didn't fit. He'll be ready.
Here's Boyd's pick from the top of the show. At 19 years of age, Sam Peterson has been impressive. He's won 4,000 so far. Commander.
Let him roll, buddy.
The sorrel steed underneath him from the Serbies. Big blaze face horse. As the 19-year-old goes to work. Everything looked really, really good, Boyd. I don't like at the very end how he gets rocked to the side, but it may have been after the whistle.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm with you, Andy. I saw what you saw. Let's see if the judges saw it and when they saw it. If it happened after the 8-second whistle, no problem. But if it happened before, it might affect his score. So, Peterson, the 19-year-old, who's currently number 13 in the world, needs to be 82.5 or more to bump Will Lowe to the wild card. And we await the numbers.
What are they going to do with Keenan? Colorado, Montana, and Texas. All right. This is Sam Peterson, Boyd. Referenced him and showed you some video.
83 points, and that puts him a half point in front of Will. Here comes Leighton Berry on Bay Nation. Oh, Leighton on the NFR bucking horse. Well, he's got to be more than 83.
He's trying. The pink chaps are flying. Look down the mane of that horse. Take the rip. Put your dip back in your chin. Now, he said to the pickup man, thank you for being here. A native son, 2 generations of Texans right there.
He's looking up, Bob, because he wants to know what we want to know. Will he be more than 83 points? Oh, yeah, 87 and a half, and Barry is definitely going to the finals.
Well, that'll put Jaco Roper in the number 2 spot with a beautiful 87 he made. Now you see one standing there with a rigging on it.
So Sam Peterson got kicked to the curb right there. He's going to the wild card round. You'll recall Cole Franks and Keenan Hayes were awarded rerides.
Look who's in the 4th spot.
Let it all go, Cole.
This is Cole with the one small challenge of trying to knock the 6-time world champion and the 5-time Rodeo Houston champion out of this semifinal and into a wild card round either tomorrow or Saturday.
So he's got everything reset. He has retaped his glove. And I believe this should be Mighty Mouse. Is that correct?
It should be Y51 Mighty Mouse of the Survey Championship Rodeo. I've told this story 1,000 times, but on TV and in the house tonight, folks, about 12 minutes ago, listen to that.
She's winding up now.
12 minutes ago, he gave it all that he had. Now he's got to come back and do it again.
How does she leave? Good. Get up on her. Here we go. Right down, Frank. Strong mark out.
Don't want to be in the chute any longer than you need to be. Must be more than 85. And this is the type of effort and matchup we were looking for.
You know, that horse was outstanding. I mean, he came out and bucked. That's what you want a horse to do. He needed to be 85 points to knock Casey Field out, and he's 84. So Field remains for the time being, pending the Keenan Hayes rewrite.
Well, it's been pretty interesting. Of the 10 men, the 5 world titleists, 2 of the young rookies, half the age of the seniors. What did they all do? The same thing. They gutted it out for 8 seconds. Bigelow didn't like his hat flying. Leighton Berry's got his fist in the air. Jess Pope says, "Thank you, Lord." Casey Field, and that's Will Lowe. Now, when you think about all of these kids, they've done well, and I'd say thank you to Chevron for making it happen.
Yeah, we can't show you the advances until we're done with Keenan Hayes' reride. So don't go anywhere. Team Ropers are ready to play the game.
Hey, rodeo fans, join today's Chick-fil-A Houston Selfie Race. 3 lucky fans will battle it out across Houston, making their way to the finish line right here in NRG Stadium. Here's how to play. Step 1, take a selfie, and here's the best way. Step 2, upload your selfie on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag RodeoHouston. The race will take place in just a few minutes, so send in your selfies now.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, the official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
All right, before you all leave here tonight, I want you to go to section 103 and 124. Why? We call it, well, you get an autograph in the fan zone. There's a lot of our tie-down ropers, our beautiful ladies. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance makes that happen in both locations. That is section 103 and 124. They've got belt buckles.
That's just Rodeo America right there. And you're looking at the belt buckle? Howdy, y'all. That's how they say it in Texas. Howdy, y'all. We say howdy, y'all, to the team ropers. As they ride in 2x2, we've got two partners. Mrs. Bears and KHOU Channel 11. Last year's champions, Clay Tryon. The legend, Jake Long, cleaned up the back end. Oh, man, pick a winner, any winner. Gosh, there's so much talent there. Thompson and Hendricks really are in the best spot, though, because they can figure out what they really need to do.
The Brothers Minor of Ellensburg, Washington. $4 million in earnings between the two. They're sneaking up on over 25 trips to the national finals. Head loop doesn't go on, so a no time for the first team.
Well, they just get to stick around. Have one last kick of the cap. Dawson and Dylan Graham. We're bragging on Thompson and Hendricks a minute ago at 12,000. These boys have bested them at 14,000. Wainwright, Alberta, Canada, clean. Ooh, and a Palomino and a black, and that worked good. 5 and 8. All right, guys, the bar is set. Now you got something to run at.
Love watching a young team be aggressive. At 5 and 8, should put everybody else on notice that if you're going to beat us, you got to come get it.
So this would be a Cinderella story right here, right? You've got the veteran Chad Masters, who last won this rodeo 15 years ago with Jade Corkle. Trey Yates, that comes from that famous Colorado family, Dick J.D. Kelly. That's his dad, granddad, and aunt. Nice. 5 and 4, and you're noticing that if we look at the times from the other high scores from the previous Super Series, 6-2, 5-9, 6-8, 6-1, the price is getting a little higher now that we're in a semifinal.
Oh, look at that. Boy, barely he could have had a hickey on that left horn. Here you go. It is Jake Orman and Bryce Kreitz. Oh, the man on the gray horse missed him.
You want to know why that happened?
Why?
It has nothing to do with technique. It has everything to do with 5-4 and 5-8.
Oh, I agree with that.
You can only run them so far before you got to throw a Hail Mary. Let's turn to some folks from your country, Andy.
That's right. Manny Eguskiza grew up in the Miami Hialeah area, now calls Hico, Texas home. We're open with $1 million healer by the name of Joseph Harrison. Marietta, Oklahoma. 2 horns, 2. Oh, no. We get an outside leg, 9 and 9. A 5-second penalty for only roping 1 of 2. And now they have to hold their breath and see if it works.
Means if he'd have got 2, it would have been 4 and 9. And we'd have brand new leaders.
All right. We were hot. Then we softened in the middle. Let's go with Corey Kidd and Lane Mitchell. Tennessee and North Carolina. Corey Kidd at the head end. Got the steer right. Here you go, Lane. That's going to hold the soft spot.
That's 2 in a row now that are roping hind legs. 10 and 7 is now 4th, which means all the remaining teams, in order to advance to the to the finals on Sunday, have to be faster than 10-7, which is very doable without a penalty in the field. Let's go to Nelson Wyatt. Coming off the big win in San Antonio. He won about $14,000 in San Antonio. Put him in number 2 in the world. Justin Davis, Cottonwood, California, number 9 in the world. They won $6,000 in Super Series number 3. Oh, he fired that horn loop. Oh, and we got penalties on the board. Did he get a barrier? Did he not give the steer the required head start? We'll take a look and see. This is not a judgment call, folks. You don't, guess as to whether or not he broke the barrier. So good, it's clean. You could tell by the way it is tripped whether the header broke it or the steer tripped it. So they're clean at that line. They take the lead with a 5-1.
So now the marked meet is 9-9. Ren Richard and Jeremy Bueller. National Finals header, world champion heeler. Just a clean run, fellas. There'll be more than that. 5-2 will put them number 2 overall and a guaranteed spot on Sunday.
All right, now you've made us want to hurry, guys. We're going to come get you right here, Boyd.
Bobby, look at that. 5-1, 5-2, 5-4, 5-8. Coy and Jonathan, got to be faster than 5-8.
Rollman at the head end from Missouri. Jonathan Torres lives right in Andy Seiler's backyard. The beautiful country of Ocala, Florida.
And every now and then, Andy opens the gate and lets him out.
All right. Now watch the header. There's a nice, easy nod. Look at him going to reach. Fired for Coy. Fired for Jonathan. 5 and 6.
By 0.2 of a second, they move to the number 4 spot with one more team to sweat. Talk about precision accuracy. Torres does exactly what he needs to do, but I can promise you they're not going to be going far. They will watch Thompson and Hendricks.
Oh, 2 young kids. Got to be 5'5" or faster. 20-year-old header from Monday, Texas. The 2021 Resist All Rookie of the Year on the heel catch inside. He chokes it. He throws the Hail Mary, and it will not fit. So this is everything you expect a semifinal to be. That steer was getting too far away, so he had to take his shot while he had his shot. He's headed to the wild card. Team roping is exactly how it's described. It is a team. The healer's job is to help the steer stay within range of the header. Well, that is Chad Masters, who has 2 gold buckles. To Bob's point, it nearly hickeyed the horn. It's better to get 2 legs. You're more likely to advance. And there's the look of disgust when that doesn't happen. Here you go. Wyatt and Davis finally win a night. Right behind them, Richard and Bueller. Masters and Yates are moving on to Sunday, as are Rallman and Torres. Thank you to Mrs. Bairds and KHOU 11.
Stay in the saddle as the Bronc Ride is coming up soon.
Wondering what to do after the show? Head outside to a one-of-a-kind beer garden and enjoy the official beer of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo at the Miller Time Bar. Discover a unique rodeo oasis. Come unwind with a hard seltzer or beer at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzer's backyard. And if you've worked up an appetite, head on over to the ranch for a casual or fine dining experience. So stick around. There's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Hey, if you'd like to use our caption opportunity, you can scan the QR code on the big screen right now. It'll take you straight to our closed caption mobile app.
There's our arena crew. Those are the talented folks that work our gates, our chutes, and equipment. And we thank Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring that group.
Oh, yeah, a little water, a little re-ride stories. Boy, I don't know, but the looks of their eyes say what they're talking about is serious. Oh, everybody look at the big screen. You're on it. all you need is love. There's plenty of love in NRG Stadium, especially when it comes time to finish up the bareback ride. You'll recall this 20-year-old Keenan Hayes came out of Super Series number 5 with $7,000 in winnings. Got a horse called Good Times from Survey Championship Rodeo.
He'd like to add another 3,000 to that, then come back and add 50,000 to it.
Like that?
It got to be 86, 85 and a half will do it. 86 would be better. Look at the feet. Set, set, set. Get a little more kick there, Bay.
The man that is sitting on the bubble has won this rodeo 5 times. Casey Field is watching with a bated breath as Keenan tries to beat him, and he won't. 80 and a half will not be enough. So the 20-year-old from Hayden, Colorado will go to the wild card.
So now officially, our next contest is about to unfold in front of you. As you get a good look at Keenan, they're giving him some encouragement. Barry, he'll win the night. He's taking Jaco Roper, world champion and Houston champ Jess Pope, along with Casey Field. We'll see them on Sunday in the championship round.
We are moving on to the saddle bronc riding, and it's brought to you by Energy Transfer. This is the event where Sage Newman has held court in a lot of places, not only here. Griffin and Anderson, they're the kids. Sundell, he's a veteran. There's Newman, Stadler Wright, new boy on the block. Logan Hay, you better be betting on him.
Ross Griffin has to be licking his chops. This horse that fills up the buck and shoots. That's Dreamliner.
It's not like him squatting with all that weight on those hind haunches.
Come on, stud.
Let me try this.
He's got him standing how he wants him. Lots of big scores. National Finals bucking horse that they were 85 and a half on. And that's a place that Ross wants to be. He's going to take a marquee win. He's won some really, really good rodeos, but a $50,000 payday would carry him closer to that goal. 79 and a half. I don't know if that'll be enough for Ross, not with the talent we have.
Okay, folks, you got to watch our next guy. He had this horse earlier this week in the saddle bronc riding. This is Ben Anderson on Xena Warrior. Can you believe how many points he was? He was a ton. And now he's got the same horse he had earlier. He's 89 and a half, some ungodly number on this horse earlier this week. We've seen this movie before. Can Ben Anderson do it again on the Calgary Stampede? Xena Warrior.
He takes advantage of every jump from the mark-out rule. Look at his toes turned out, lifting the rein, helping the horse buck. You don't want to try to pull them back. You want to lift them so they'll jump and kick again. 85 points for the Canadian Ben Anderson.
Over the last 4 years, Riggin Smith has had a pretty good setup. 2019 won the College National Finals. Followed up that season as the 2020 Resistol Rookie of the Year. Won Kansas City and Spooner, Wisconsin last season. Got a National Finals bucking horse named Cricket from Stay Smith Pro Rodeo. Around the post. There you go, Riggin. Great spur stroke for the lanky kid.
Oh, yes it is. The tall Bronc Buster. Horse originally came out of the Corco Company out of the Dakotas. That's where he's originally from. 83 for Riggin. That's going to put him in the number 2 spot. But right now, Ben Anderson's winning with an 85. How about an 86.5 out of Wade Sundell? Is it possible? You bet it is. Here he is on a horse called Doughboy. He rode this horse in Super Series 4 for 86.5 points. So this former Rodeo Houston champion, this former world champion, but the oldest bronc rider you'll see today at 38, he's got a horse called Triple Threat. Should circle to the left. Oh, wait. Go after it. The Iowa Cowboy. Oh, no, I see yellow flags on the ground. It's called the mark-out rule. If you don't understand it, watch the heels of the Cowboys' boot. They got to stay over the break of the shoulders, that first jump out of the chute. If you don't hold them above the break when the front feet hit the ground, the judges are going to throw a yellow penalty flag, and that's like running back a football for a touchdown and then having them take it back because somebody blocked in the back. No score for Wade.
As he stands on the sideline quite dejected, I understand how he feels. A minute ago, I was bragging on Sage and Newman from Millstone, Montana. You better get ready for this. This horse is not going to be what I would call user-friendly. He may go to the left, he may go to the right, he may go both. They call him target practice. Leighton Green rode this horse the other day for 84.5.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's doing it nice tonight. A couple little moves to the right. Otherwise, an ad jump and kick, just kind of on an angle. When you know what a horse has done and what he could do, and then he doesn't do the bad stuff, oh, that makes your life a whole lot happier. They liked it. 84.5. Full time for second and third at the moment.
Here comes Statler Wright. His older brother Stetson, the world champion, didn't qualify to the semis, and he beat him. We asked Statler about it.
Oh, it's awesome because, you know, he's going to go down as the greatest to ever do it. And so to be able to come out on top on such a big rodeo like this, it's amazing. I wish he was going in right next to me, but shoot, if there's one person winning out of me and him, I hope it's me.
He's talking about beating his older brother, Stetson, who you'll meet in the bull riding a little bit later on tonight. Statler is the fourth son of Cody. Cody's here with us. He's a Rodeo Houston champ. Rusty rider. My gosh, that's Stetson right there, I believe, isn't it? Helping him.
Good mark out, good mark out. Gas it, gas it, gas it, gas it!
Oh, they're yelling gas it. At least Stetson is. Horse is called Charlie's Angel. That horse was bucking before you started announcing rodeos, Bob.
Well, I think that was his great-great-great-great-grandmother. I don't care how you look at it. He tried him. 77. They were all wanting more out of that. When your brother's hollering gas it and he's just going, got to get him to go. And when he finally went, 77 is what they're going to mark that man, Statler Wright.
Could you imagine being the guy that won the least amount of money at their Thanksgiving dinner?
I bet they didn't bring it up.
Cade Bruto.
Yeah, I bet they never talked bronc riding at the Wright family.
Dallas, Idaho. Qualifying to his first national finals a year ago after winning the NFR Open with U2 in Colorado Springs. He's got a rematch. He was on this horse redial in Waco.
Oh yeah, now she's laying on the other leg.
She's got her whole foot off the ground. She ain't even standing up.
She'll be good. Let's do it right here.
It's the other way, Binion.
That's good for her.
There she is. Oh, Kato.
Got her standing up. Needs to be more than 79 and a half. What a great beginning. A strong ride and a beautiful finish.
Well, when he started, he finished. That doesn't always take place.
Solid mark out, though, Bob. Remember, you got to set those heels, and he does. Now, look at those toes turned out at the front. You may not notice it, but I promise you our judges do. When you set your feet like that with those toes turned out, you're going to make some money. He just made it with 86 and a half. As Kate Bruno now captures the #1 spot.
Well, if you're going to stay with statistics, the next horse was 86 and a half with Logan Hay in December. Sage Newman was 90 points on him 2 weeks ago. That Zariah Hills, the man you're looking at, is Leighton Green.
You like it? Let me go right. Yeah, get it right. Let me know when you got it. Got it. Just got my foot up on the gate here. Come on. Stand up, girl. It's getting worse. Oh. Okay, get it cupped in? Yeah. Go ahead, guys.
He knows what he's got. He got around the post with his free arm, thank goodness. Fire, 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 reach. Andy, I don't know how much more gas you can put in your legs when a horse is giving you that at the start.
Well, you made a great point about that horse coming by the post. That big rear causes a lot of guys' feet to drop for their mark out. He gets past that point, but 77 points, not high enough. Leighton is on to the wild card.
So I don't guess that big rear matters. Okay.
I guess not either.
Let's go to Logan Hay.
It was a good idea, though, and I know you're upset about it, but
you want to be facetious at a time when we have Logan Hay ready to go, okay? 2 cookies. There's been more than 2 cookies won on this horse. There's been truckloads of cash. Matter of fact, Logan Hay, who's 26 years old, won 3 rounds at the national finals in a row.
Hard rate, Logan. It's for out.
he's already won the rodeo at Bismarck, North Dakota this year.
Can he be more than 83? 2 cookies covers a little bit more ground than we're usually used to seeing that horse. But, honest, kicking each and every time. Nice spur ride from Logan. He will be shy by 1.5 points. 81.5 for Logan Hay.
Okay, folks, you met Statler, right? He's the youngest son of Cody. Now you're going to meet Rusty, right? He's Cody's oldest son. And say a prayer for Rusty. First of all, this is a rematch. This horse bucked him off at Kennewick, Washington back in 2021. Last year, 4 guys tried to ride this horse and only 1 guy covered him. That means this horse has a 75% buck-off ratio. On a scale of 1 to 50 points, 50 points is the most a horse could ever get, and I've never seen one get 50. But this one averaged 45 points a ride a year ago in 2022.
Well,
this is Zastron Akers of the Calgary Stampede.
He is a direct son of Traded Coconut of the Calgary Stampede, the great stallion, 6-time, the world champion bucking horse. All right, things are not right. Binion Serby comes up, said let's reset here.
Open that chute.
Why would they take more time with this than they did with the others? Mainly this horse Okay. Now we'll relight the fuse.
Well, what Binion said was he's in the front chute, and that horse was laying down, so they can't roll him. He is in chute 12. He's in the last chute, so he can't move.
I didn't think they'd try to back him up. I've seen that work maybe 1 out of 100 times.
Now he's just trying to get his feet in the stirrups. His chaps have rosin that match up with the rosin on the swells of that saddle. Now the whole family is there. All those blue shirts are all Wright family members.
Now you don't want to make any mistakes. This sorrel bugger will bug you off.
Gassing, champ.
Lift. Oh, that first jump out of there, boy, was pretty wicked.
Oh,
man.
I hurt for him. That was a 15-round prize fight between two heavyweights. One named Rusty Wright, the other named Zastron Akers. Each one delivered their blows, but in the end, it's going to be a no score for Rusty. He missed the horse out of the bucket chute. We'll watch him go in the wild card.
The event that started it all, our Saddle Bronc riders attempting to tame wild horses. Great look at the Bronc rein measurement. That fulcrum point with which you lift on and push forward as the eyes tell you the story as Ben Anderson keeps paddling the boat towards Championship Sunday. Here's the 4 that will advance. It's Bruno and Anderson. Keep on paddling with Newman and Smith. Congratulations, you will all move on. Courtesy of Energy Transfer, our Saddle Bronc sponsor.
Well, coming up next, you're going to like it. We're going to wrestle some large farm animals. Steer wrestling.
Hey, rodeo fans, join today's Chick-fil-A Houston selfie race. 3 lucky fans will battle it out across Houston, making their way to the finish line right here in NRG Stadium. Here's how to play. Step 1, take a selfie, and here's the best way. Step 2, upload your selfie on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag RodeoHouston. The race will take place in just a few minutes, so send in your selfies now.
Welcome to the show.
It's time for the entertainer trivia. I want you to answer the question on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2024 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Do it now.
Don't just text. We want you to go in person to the Fan Zone. It's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance at sections 103 and 124. You'll also see our Rodeo Houston champion saddles up close at both locations. And don't forget, we've got some Rodeo Houston belt buckles to give away if you get there soon enough.
Go up there, make a memory. Oh, they're packing them in NRG Stadium. Smiles abound as the steer wrestlers get ready to jump and throw. Mattress Firm gets ready to give them a good night's sleep. They present the steer wrestling. Hunter Cure is your defending champion. The Texas Tech Red Raider, 2-time champion of the world. As we look at this lineup, holy moly. Jorgensen, Guy, Struxness, Knowles, Brown, Parrott, all NFR guys.
Bob, if I had a parrot, I'd name him Rowdy.
Yeah, if you had a parrot, he'd call you Andy. Here it is, Rowdy Parrott, Mamou, Louisiana. All right, guys, that's nice. When we started with a 5-6, 5 and 6, the McNeese State University grad.
Now, wait a minute, Bob. You've been putting us on notice all night long. So, Boyd, we're going to ask Bob, does 5 and 6 advance? Whew.
Put him on the spot, Andy. I love it.
With the way the cattle
Oh,
run.
no. This is a yes or no question.
No.
Yeah, okay. He says 5 and 6 will not advance.
And the reason is with these cattle, with as many broken barriers, as hard as they run, as many guys have had to ride by one, no.
Okay. Dalton Massey, Hermiston, Oregon. Hey, didn't you get a Facebook message about this young man?
Yes, I did. 5 and 5 for Dalton Massey. Every once in a while, Boyd and I get a nice Facebook message.
Yeah.
Once in a while. That kid right there, Dalton Massey's grandfather, Sid Britt, and his grandmother, Randy Ray Britt at Hermiston, they are 3 generations deep in bulldogging and barrel racing.
You guys got to quit reading the comments. Peyton McIntyre, Douglas, Wyoming, came out of Super Series 3. Douglas, Wyoming. That's where they crowned Miss Rodeo, Wyoming, at the Wyoming State Fair and Rodeo.
Here's a band that's won Lehigh, the Lehigh Roundup, in the shadow of Mount Timpanogos.
He went north out of there and beat him in the little town of Lewiston, Idaho as well.
Good looking run. Well, Bobby, your 5.6 is going to be faster than that 5.8, but I think your point is being borne out that we're going to see some 5s, maybe even some 4s before it's all done. Third right now, let's go to the youngest steer wrestler you're going to watch tonight. At 23 years of age, this is Caden Camp, all-around champion at the Montana Circuit Finals. Camp was 4-3 and 4-8 in San Antonio. Won a ton of money. Oh, lost the inside horn. What do we mean, Bobby T, when we say lost the inside horn?
Well, if you drop down ahead of it, if you drop down in behind it right here, but you see the steer dropped his head, and this big guy did not have a hold of the right horn yet. You got to have leverage on both horns. He reaches to try to save himself, but that's not going to work.
No time for Camp. Fort St. John, British Columbia's Stephen Culling won the Ponoka Stampede a year ago. Steer sets up right there.
If that's legal, that would be the fastest run, but it's not. He broke the barrier.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You'll see it drop. Watch. Ooh, he tried to pull him up. Didn't work, Boyd.
Yeah, about a stride. Folks, can I give you a piece of advice? Never, ever, 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 ever bet against Stetson Jorgensen of Blackwood, Idaho. This 4-time NFR qualifier, 29-year-old cowboy, was a standout at Central Wyoming College. And this guy is the biggest. He can thump a Corianti in a New York minute. Look at that! Look at that! We can't hear you, Texas. What do you say?
You can't throw one any better than this. Everything sets up perfectly, just a twist of the head, and thank you, gravity.
I do believe that steer wanted him to win. Now, guys, 4-1, 5-5, 5-8, 5-6, 5-8. Okay, the hockey player who also lives in Parker, Colorado, is a Nick Guy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. A Told you there's going to be a couple of guys have to ride by.
Well, that steer took a step to the right, but it will be in no time for Nick. So the 5 and 8 is currently in the number 4 spot with 3 more to go.
My 5 and 6, Rowdy Parrott. As well as you know me, you know I wasn't betting against you. But
it's a big but. J.D. Struxtus, Milan, Minnesota. I said it's a big but. Steer comes over. J.D.'s got him. Now Bob's 5-6 is the bubble.
So Bobby, are you going to root against Blake and Jesse just to be right?
2 of my old neighbors, neighboring families of 40 years in Baker City, Oregon.
Are you going to root against Jesse and Blake just to be right?
No.
Okay, I knew you would. You're too kind-hearted for that. You need to get a little more callous.
Well, I'm just thinking cash, as Andy likes to say. Montana State Bobcats. This guy has won $1,200,000. Right now, this is as good as he's been in the last 2 or 3 years. He's 15th in the PRCA standings tonight.
Yeah.
Oh!
He got out like a bandit if he got out. Yeah, he did. Broke the barrier, which is, you know, what you have to do when you're staring at a 5-6 in the final spot. So, hey, let's go back and watch Jesse Brown, because he needs to be faster than 5-6, but in the Super Series number 2 of the 3rd round, he threw a steer in 4.6. This is Jesse right here. So he just needs to be 5-5, and he's moving on and kicking Rowdy Parrott to the curb. Jesse Brown's 30 years old. He's number 3 in the world. He won San Antonio. 6'2", 210 pounds. All of it bulldogger. Did he get out? Let's hope. And he didn't. He didn't. So, Bob, you're right on the bubble, buddy. He gets the barrier as well.
I'll take it on the bubble for Rowdy Parrott. Folks, first man out had to wait 9 other competitors to find out that he made the cut. When you're talking about that barrier line, there it is. You see that little piece of red on blue rope drop? Nick Guy reach. Oh, when you do get a hold, drop your feet, come to the left, down on the inside horn. When you got it buried, you reach for that nose. Fall in love as you drop one on their side. Andy, that's bulldogging.
Stetson Jorgensen gave us one of the fastest times of the rodeo with that 4-1. Struxtus, Massey, and Parrott all advance the championship Sunday. Mattress Firm brought you the Steer Wrestlers. Stay close. We are turning and burning. The barrel racers are getting ready.
Make the most of your day at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. After the concert, take a fast trip on a wild ride, or relax and enjoy a bird's eye view of NRG Park outside at the carnival. Relax in the Champion Wine Garden, presented by Frost Bank, and raise your glass with award-winning wines from around the world. Kick up your boots and dance to live music in the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. till midnight. The Hideout, presented by Jim Beam, is designed especially for rodeo fans over 21. So stick around. There's something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
All right, when I said text to win a minute ago, I want you to check the screens for the answer to the trivia question. The winner will be announced on March 19th.
Hey, everybody, look at the video screens. It's the Hey Dude Cowboy Cam. And there's Leon Coffey. See if we can bring out the Wild West in you. Hey, dude, those are the world's lightest shoes. They're so comfortable, cushiony, and lightweight because sometimes even your boots need a break. So grab your Hey Dudes. Very nice mustache there, man. He's like, oh yeah, yeah, how about a set of horns for you? God, that's fun.
Hi there. Welcome to NRG Stadium. Welcome to the 91st Rodeo Houston and Barrel Racers. Our next on our agenda, S&B Engineers and Constructors. Brings you the barrel racing last year's champ. You're going to see her next. Jordan Briggs, coming off her World Championship campaign on a horse named Rolo, would roll into Houston and win it all. She's going to be the first gunner tonight. Keep your eyes on Stevie Hillman and Paige Jones, though. They were big winners in their Super Series.
As we have gone on throughout all of our Super Series competitions, we've seen this track get faster and faster. Seen some times down in the 14.5 second range, 14.5. Jordan Briggs, our defending champion, and the aforementioned Rolo make their way from the north end zone to the cloverleaf pattern. 2021 world champ. Good turn around the first. Digging in the dirt. It's a Texas lady doing it for you. 14:35. The fastest time this year at Rodeo Houston.
Well, as you're liking the ladies in horse racing, the next lady came out of Super Series number 2 10 days ago, Taryn Lee. She is a turquoise circuit champion from Arizona. That'll cost you 5 seconds. It doesn't disqualify them, but you just add 5, so she's a 1985 total.
Year I was born. Okay, let's go to Paige Jones, a former Resist All Rookie of the Year award winner. Won Hermiston last year. Got out of Super Series number 4 with $8,000 in her pocket. Her and Miss Bay have been making magic in Houston. And at 14.91, she'll move into the number 2 spot.
$1 million cowgirl will grace us with her presence. A 7-time NFR qualifier from Granbury, Texas, Stevie Hillman. She will be close to everyone. Watch as she holds the bay horse out. One more to get by, and she's done it. Whipping and riding to a 14.72. That is second.
All right, Wenda Johnson comes in here with $2,500. When you look how quick they're running at him tonight, here comes the champion. 3-time NFR qualifier. He was a champion a year and a half ago in Fort Worth, Texas. Wenda helped a lady from Oklahoma. 14.90. That's enough to put her in third at the moment.
So yeah, we're going to take a little time to groom the arena to keep the ground consistent for the next 5 barrel racers to go. But after we run 5, but we know that 14.91 and Paige Jones is now the bottom spot. So the next 5 barrel racers all know in their heart of hearts they got to beat 14.91. So there it is. Briggs with the fastest time of the rodeo. Hillman, Johnson, and Jones is how it stacks up. If we quit right now, that's who'd be going to our championship on Sunday.
You know, guys, when you say 14.35, what can you do in 14 and 35/100ths of a second to win $3,000?
It's only 0.4 of a second off our arena record, too.
It depends on how much you put down on the craps table.
No. Don't get started with that.
Don't roll the red. Let's go again.
The number 13 cowgirl in the world is Kelly Allen, Stephenville, Texas. Starting with a right-hand turn, finishing with 2 to the left. Must be in the 14-second range. So far, so good. A straight line back to the north. 14:88, and just like that, she is number 3.
And now Wenda Johnson with the 14:90. Paige Jones is headed to the wild card. As we look at Jessica Rotier, 5-time NFR qualifier for the Badlands of South Dakota. She's about to cross the $1 million mark in career earnings. Can she do it at Rodeo Houston in this semifinal? Whip in ride, Miss Jessica. Let Old Yellow run, 14:90, and she'll win the tiebreaker. She will advance over Wenda Johnson on the tiebreaker.
That is $3,750 to the good at the moment. Let's meet the wife to a 4-time world champion steer wrestler, but was in her own right as a champion, is Sarah Rose. Before she became Sarah Wagaspack, Gonzales, Louisiana. You talk about a family. T-Wag's house tonight. Cheer your daughter-in-law along. Here you go. 1489 or better. Kick, 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 Sarah. Woo! Does she do it? By 0.3 of a second, she did it.
Vaults herself to the number 2 position, and she will be moving on. But these two can change it. World champion Haley Kinsel, she's won it 4 times. Has yet to win here at Rodeo Houston. But the young lady's creeping up on 2 million. Has to be quicker than 1488. The Texas A&M College champion. Gig'em with a 1467. And now Kinsel will move on. Stevie's on the hot seat.
I don't think you've seen a better barrel race anyplace on the planet this month. What you're watching right here, Boyd, with Molly Otto. Let's go again.
She's a mom of 3. Was the best dressed barrel race at the national finals in 2021. Didn't get her first horse until she was 15 years old. Grew up in town and kept bugging her dad for a horse. At age 15, he finally gave her one. And look at her now. Newtown, North Dakota. 1458. Oh, that's going to put her 3rd. That kicks Hillman out of the top 4. Kinsel hangs on, the reigning champ of the world. And last year's world champion of Jordan Briggs, of 2021, I should say, is going to lead the way.
Once that flag drops and the time starts, every tick on the watch determines just how good you do. How tight are those turns? How smooth are your transitions? And just how fast can you run to cross that line when it matters the most? Here are the 4 that were able to advance from our second semifinals. Fastest time of the rodeo for the reigning champ, Jordan Briggs. Then it was Sarah, Molly, and Haley. We will see you on Sunday. Thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors for sponsoring our barrel racers.
Oh, you seem to be enjoying the ladies. Let's do it again. It's breakaway roping for the Cowgirls, and it's brought to you by Oxy. When we look to Aaron Johnson, 4th generation rancher, breakaway roping champion, that's the style that Joey Williams, guarding Katie Williams, no relation. Kendall Pearson tonight, can the Canadian get it? Or will it be the number 1 lady, Allie Williams, at the bottom? Here's Joey.
3 Williams cowgirls, no relation between them. Joey the first. And a good start. Oh no, she broke the barrier. So it will be 12-8. Number 4 cowgirl in the world.
But, Andy, that, again, we talked about this last night a lot more than we did tonight. If you're the first person to go in a timed event like this, your job is to put pressure on everybody else. Your job is to run at that barrier because you don't have the luxury of waiting for 8 or 9 runs to find out what you have to do to win. So we turn to a cowgirl riding a horse named Scandal. And folks, this is a little bitty horse, but this is a horse with a ton of heart. Katie, National High School champion, Weatherford, Texas. Uh-oh, no time. It was not a bell collar catch. That rope has to pull tight. And so Katie is headed. So this is what it looks like. It comes back around and figure eights the hind leg, and therefore it doesn't pull tight around the neck or chest of the calf, and therefore no time. It's not a legal catch.
You mentioned the Badlands a moment ago, which you've been a part of that, Boyd, for years. Here is Ricky Engetzer, Spearfish, South Dakota. Came out of Super Series number 4.
That gray horse knows your voice.
I don't know what I'm going to tell old Gray, but I know I'm going to tell Ricky.
What?
Dang it.
Oh, okay.
At least you didn't say hecky this time. Oh, hecky.
Oh, darn.
Floresville, Texas, the hometown of the reigning champion at the Cheyenne Frontier Days. And she wears that buckle that says she was last year's champ. Tiffany Sheik. Right now, we only have one qualified time, and it's with a barrier. She came from Super Series number 3. The Palomino horse stands at attention. He comes across the line. 3 flat.
Yep, clean up the line. And that's what you do now, Andy, right? You're 4 in. You're like, okay, we got 2 no times and a barrier. You're not under the same pressure that the first 3 were under. You come out here, put a 3 flat on the board, and say, okay, you're going to have to be in the 2s to beat me. Let's turn to a veteran. 17-time world champion. Number 10 in the world. She advanced out of Super Series number 5. This is J.J. Hampton. To college in Tarleton State. Involved in real estate. Here comes JJ. Oh, calf gets the jump. And she'll stop it at 4 and 5. And we'll kick back in. See if that 4 and 5 will take her where she wants to go.
Oh, it was an odd start. She started, horse jumped to the left, nearly right up against the chute. She had to spur him up. She's a hand. Give her a wave back, folks. She's become quite the celebrity of our ladies of the WPRA. This is Kendall Pearson. That young lady is a lady that carries our American flag in every one of our openings. No time.
Her sister does.
Yeah, her sister does.
Her sister does. I'm sorry.
That's
9
all right.
times.
They're all related.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, guys. We're about to go to our, 7th breakaway roper, and we only have 3 qualified runs. That means maybe Kelsey Domer, who's number 14 in the world, she's a 9-time world champion. She probably considers that. Although it won't change her attack method, maybe, except not to push that barrier as hard as she might have if there were a bunch of 2s on the board.
Cowgirls also study the calves that they have drawn before the competition. She's got a runner and is not able to catch. So that is our 4th no time in 7 attempts.
And you know what we should have done when the 12-8 was recorded, the 2-8 with the +10? We should have asked ourselves, will that 12-8 make it? And all 3 of us would have said no way. And right now, it's got a pretty good shot with 3 left to go.
Shay Schaefer, you can change that right now. Out of Super Series number 4 just a few days ago from Lake Creek, Texas, Odetta Lake. If she just could have rolled that rope back over.
Well, you got a little ducking and diving. The calf takes a step to the left, and then when she goes to throw, takes a step to the right. So it makes it difficult for her shot, and it's a no time. All right, Amber Crawford, I know you come from a humble little town called Boyd, Texas, but just make sure that you make a clean run so we can advance you to the semifinals. No!
12-8 is in. 12-8 is in, and if Haley Williams catches this calf, I don't care if she's 15 seconds long, 16, she is in. So Ricky Engesser would win the tiebreaker if she missed to advance on a no time. But right now, if Speed Williams' daughter, the 8-time world champion team roper, simply catches this calf, even if she breaks the barrier and catches this calf, she makes it to the championship round. Comanche, Texas, #1 ranked breakaway roper in the world. That's it. Doesn't matter. She's going to break the barrier, folks, but it doesn't matter because 13-3 is going to put her 4th in the round, and the top 4 advance. And that's all that matters. If you want a shot at the $50,000, you got to get to Sunday, and she is headed to Sunday.
That's what everybody thinks about. I hope you've had a conscious thought about these ladies in the barrel race and the breakaway roping. Ladies and gentlemen, they have the same investment as all of the other roping event guys have. Trucks, trailers, horses, entry fees, high-dollar fuel. Next time you see one of those ladies somewhere, give them a thumbs up. There's the grit. Did it work? No. She said, I'm going back to Canada. Joey, get a better smile. When it all works, thumbs up. Tiffany Sheck at 3. JJ, Joey Williams, and Hallie Williams. No relation at the bottom. All of that was brought to you by Oxy.
If you're ready to watch bull riding, then stay where you are. It's coming up next.
Check out the best seats in the house. They're called the Shoot Seats. They're presented by Hess, and that's where they are, right behind the bucket sheets.
Visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance at sections 103 and 124. Take a picture with your favorite rodeo stars or get an autograph. You can also pick up a Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
Houston Methodist is the official healthcare provider and proud supporters of your Rodeo Houston sports medicine team. And joining me from that sports medicine team, Dr. Kelly Larkin. And Kelly, tell us about this amazing team you have here at Rodeo Houston.
So we have a full medical team out here to take care of our rodeo athletes. We've got emergency physicians, orthopedic surgeons, and trainers. And we have a room right here down below where we take care of our athletes before and after the show.
And it's not only about taking care of injuries, but it's also about preventing. You are taping guys up, keeping them healthy. And there's sometimes cowboys that come in from other rodeos that may be injured that are looking to get healthy here.
That's for sure. We take care of them if they do happen to get injured here so we can keep them out riding. But we do have them come from other shows with injuries and fractures. And we work with them so we make them as strong and as safe as they can be so they can go out and they can ride. We've seen them with amazing injuries that go out, they ride, and they'll win the Super Series.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Kelly Larkin. Thank you to the Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine Team, and thank you, Houston Methodist.
Oh, they are hungry. They are hungry for the battle with the bovine. Yeah, feed me. You want red meat? Here it comes, bull riding. Presented by What a Burger. And what a ride 1 year ago by this guy. You'll see him tonight. Stetson Wright on a bull called Yellowstone. He was good enough for 93 points to win it all, but he's got a battle on his hands with guys like Josh Frost, J.B. Mooney, Jordan Spears, and Trey Benton. Don't forget about Backflip Ernie. At any given moment, or Kai Hamilton, who swept his series.
Well, they're the three guys that'll change your life when you get in trouble. No, they're not attorneys. They're bullfighters. On the left, we call him the GOAT, the greatest of all time. That is Dusty Tuckness, 10-time champion. Maybe the toughest man of the three this week. Nate Justice, he'll take a hit for anybody. But this kid in the black hat, nobody can keep up with him. He's a track star. That's Bo Sheets, the fastest in cleats.
And there is the man in the middle, the Pro Rodeo Hall of Famer and our Grand Marshal of the parade, Leon Coffey.
Uh-oh. What's about what? Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. That is your hidden talent, Leon. You're very good with the makeup. Okay. Folks, this guy swept his series. Won every go-around in Super Series number 2. That's $9,000. But tonight, on a bull that's never been ridden, this bull is 5-0. His name is Anthrax. So if you'd like to make history in Houston tonight and ride this bull for the very first time, you got to get behind this Australian bull rider, Kai Hamilton, number 11 in the world. Anthrax from the Survey string. Look out. Go, Kai, go. Go, Kai, go. You got it. He did it. Come on, Houston, Texas. What a way to start the bull riding. Oh, that was a thing of beauty.
Ladies and gentlemen, you watched it. Are you ready? 89 and a half. Solon's University gets a kick at the cat with that one tonight. Woo!
Let's keep the international flair going as the Aussie gives us those big numbers. Jared Parsonage of Maple Creek, Saskatchewan, the two-time and reigning Canadian champ at 29 years of age. The bull called Slamwich that is not on the menu at the carnival.
This bull is 25-2. He's been bucked 25 times in his career. Only 2 bull riders have ridden him. Now, you mentioned we start with Australia, we go to Canada, then we continue with the international flair of Louisiana next.
Yeah, it's its own country too.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a Parrish kind of guy.
Stay moving.
Any Canadians in the house tonight? I know there's a bunch of them on TV. God bless the Canadians and this one too. Left foot. First jump, he had his foot set. Second jump, his toe came out. Third jump, he lost the hold with the left foot. I'm not just throwing out names, but the 8-time champion of the world, Tony Gay, always said you ride bulls with your feet, you hold on with your hand.
The good news is he's not completely out. He's going to have to win the wild card. Anybody that doesn't make it to the semifinals has to win the wild card that they're put in, either tomorrow or Saturday. So that's sudden death fun, folks. If you have tickets, don't miss it. Jay Strasclair, Smoke and Mirrors out of Smoke Wagon. This bull's daddy was branded 7X. They called him Smoke Wagon. Next time I do it, Siler will be on your ear. Oh, and now we've got another one that hit the ground.
I guarantee you what, it's a fist slamming opportunity. And all he wanted to do is get his left hand out of the rope. When you get to the end of their horn, there's only one place to go. Away, away, away.
Another great job by our bullfighters. Friends, if you ever get a chance to meet Ernie Corson, don't pass it up. Guy comes from Okeechobee, Florida. His family, they all are cat fishermen, and I'm sure there's some catfishing women as well. Southeastern Circuit champ. Got an unridden bull called Bull 6. end. That's how Ernie lives his life. No holding up. Go, Ernie, stay there. 7.05. Just short of the 8. Sorry, Ernie.
Yeah, and when he rides, he'll do a backflip, and that's always fun to watch. This bull threw a lot at him. There's a reason that bull is now 6-0 with a 100% buck-off rate. So, folks, we're not only going to a two-time and defending world champion bull rider, we're going to the defending champion of Rodeo Houston. This is the guy that won this rodeo last year with a 93. He's been on this bull twice before. He was 87 in Denver on this bull this year. Last year he had this bull here in Houston, and he was 85. This is Stetson Wright. Magnum's the name of the bull. For the 7-time champ of the world. And Magnum gets even. It's okay because that guy won $200,000 about 4 days ago in Arlington, Texas. So he's not light on pocket cash.
Well, the next guy has no pressure whatsoever. We asked him, Josh Frost, how do you handle the pressure here with so much on the line?
Yeah, I guess I thrive off the pressure. You know, that's when you want to ride your best. Rodeo Houston semifinals. Bulls are great, best guys, and this is what you dream of since you're a little kid. So
now that dream is a reality, Josh. Ride this bull. You'll be only the second man to do it in our second semifinals. Rubicon, the bull that's 23-8, ridden him 8 times, but he has 2 victims this year at Rodeo Houston. Josh, currently number 3 in the world. National Finals champ. He's qualified there 3 times. And Josh looking to freeze the others. That'll raise the temperature.
Oh boy, you watch his replay. Ladies and gentlemen, the upper body motion. Look at him square himself up every jump. And the judges are watching. Be perfect. It's textbook for 87.5. Oh, come on, Houston. It's bigger than that. Bigger than that. Undoubtedly puts him in the number 2 spot.
Oh, this is good rodeo, isn't it? It is good. Watch it. Now let's turn to a guy who won 4 go-arounds, Tristan Hutchins. Oh, can he be the 3rd man to make it? Nope. Bull turned back to the right. That's Vitalic's Hard Knocks. That bull's 35-7 when we started tonight. He's now 36-7. Turned back into his hand, went left on the left-handed bull rider, but when he switched back to the right, that was enough to get the Montview, Idaho Cowboy on the ground.
Let's take a look back at one of the previous rides of J.B. Mooney, the winningest bull rider of all times, where he was 88.5 in Super Series 1 on a bull called White Trash to advance to our semifinals.
Got a little gangster underneath him tonight. This is the Gangster Rock. Now, folks, this is an uphill battle. This bull has bucked 14 times, and they've only rode him once.
You know, Bob, many times this guy's been called the Dragon Slayer.
You call him anything you want, just don't call him late to dinner.
What's a Dragon Slayer, Andy?
That is somebody that does things that everybody says you can't do.
Oh, I thought it was somebody who slayed dragons.
We've witnessed what J.B. Mooney has done. Lift. Now call for the you own him. Giddy up.
Make that 2 for 15 as the Dragon Slayer puts the sword back in his sheath.
He just slayed another one, Cowboy. He sure did. Folks, that's a 36-year-old bull rider. Okay, this is a young man's game. But J.B. Mooney is showing you he's every bit as young at 36 as he was 23. He'll move into the top three, 83.5 points. J.B. is looking good.
I love to watch that man smile. That's a mile wide. All right, let's go to Jordan Spears. Now from Caldwell, Idaho. One of Andy's big places to stop. The hot part of the summer. The Caldwell Night Rodeo. What are you going to do with this one, Spears? He used to come from Redding, California. Moses is his name. He is 23-7. Look. Woo! Get up. They're going to give him a re-ride.
Yeah, here's why, folks. Watch the hind quarter of the bull. Watch the hind two legs, okay? If that bull falls down on his hind two legs and that causes the cowboy to buck off, it's an automatic re-ride. So how many of y'all think he should get a re-ride? If you do, I want to hear you yell it, re-ride. No, don't just applaud at the count of three. Let me hear you say re-ride. 1, 2, 3. Asking ye shall receive.
That's a 70,000 voice re-ride.
So here's the beautiful thing of your trade bet, okay? Even if you buck off, you win the tiebreaker with $8,000 in earnings. So he would be the guy that would advance because he's won more than Ernie Corson. That, of course, is depending upon the re-ride from the man who just earned it, Jordan Spears.
I don't want to leave anything up to chance with Jordan Spears. Jordan's been riding well here. Trey has an old school white-faced brindle called Millburn Special.
He'll stick a horn in you, too. Anybody here go to school at Wharton Junior College? This man did about 15 years ago, maybe more, 18.
Oh, you grabbed him by the ear. That got his attention. So do it one more time.
No, I don't like that.
Oh, no, I don't like my hand.
That's a good way to get your arm broke. That bull said, to leave me alone.
I'm picking my spot.
TB3, they're going to re-pull him.
Well, and that's okay because we need to give Jordan as much time as he needs.
Now remember, when the bull is not standing right, you can't make him right. All right, we're going to take you back to Super Series number 4, a bull called Indigenous. And Trey Benton was 89 points. Watch this video.
Trying to get that 4x4 in there to keep that bull from smashing his left leg. See, when the bull turns to the right and he looks out that gate, it mashes Trey's left leg. So now that's Jordan who's getting ready on his re-ride bull.
All right, he's up on his rope. Texas, help your man, help your man. Too late. All right, watch your replay and watch his chin. Watch his chin, the neck up. If you can keep your chin tucked and your hips square, you're all right. His head comes up, his hips get out of line, and the bull beat him.
Well, like I said, Trey's still sitting okay to advance, even with a no score, because he would win the tiebreaker on money one. Let's go down to Patty. She has the Australian, the big, tall Kai Hamilton.
I am here with Kai Hamilton. Kai is in the lead as we're waiting for the re-ride. And Kai, I think you've got the highest score of all of the rodeo we've had here in the bull riding. Tell us a little bit about your ride today and what's working so well for you here.
Yeah, that was a little bull from Surfies and Shad Smith, and I guess he hadn't been rode and he was pretty gassy around there and really bucking, and I don't know, hanging out with good guys and practicing, getting on a lot of practice bulls, I feel like that's been helping a lot.
You came out of Super Series 2, won that Super Series, you won the guitar, you won the cooler. Obviously, Rodeo Houston, this is your second time here. Talk a little bit about the whole experience here at Rodeo Houston.
Yeah, apart from the national finals, this is my favorite rodeo. I mean, it's packed out, the atmosphere is great, it's an awesome venue, just everything about it I love.
All right, well, good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Jordan, riding your in.
Oh, I don't like the way he grabbed his thigh like that. You pull a hamstring, you pull anything from the hip tied down. That takes a long time to heal up. You'll see it right here, what went wrong. He just trying to hold on. That's where the pull's going to be. Hamilton Frost, J.B. Mooney, and TB3. Folks, this is the young man's game. And we talk about a guy being over 30. Right there, he's 36. J.B. Mooney, unbelievable, the Dragon Slayer. Then you take a hit, take a hook, take another one, take a fall. The bullfighters, God bless them. There's Mooney, a little triumph of throwing that hat. There's Kai. You just heard from him. Look at there, two old friends with a hug. That is so good.
Here's who's moving on, y'all. Kai Hamilton with the 89.5. That's two better than Josh Frost. J.B. Mooney with the 83.5. And Trey Benton, even though he bucks off, uses the tiebreaker to advance on money one. Whataburger brought to you the Bull Busted.
Coming up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live in freedom and have pride for our country. Tonight, the Crown Royal Military Salute is proud to honor a United States Marine, Major Jordan A. Eddington. Major Eddington proudly served the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. He served on a Special Purpose Marine Air-Ground Task Force in support of a counter-terrorism operations in Africa. Listen up. Major Eddington also took part in the Afghanistan evacuation from the Hamid Karzai International Airport. Major Eddington has earned several awards, including the Meritorious Service Medal, the Navy Commendation Medal, and the Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Now my question is this: how loud can Houston, Texas get in thanking Major Eddington for his service and sacrifice to our country? God bless you for your service. But the other part of the team that these athletes cherish, the part of the team they fiercely protect, just like a part of their own family. We begin with a mother and daughter. We start with the mother. Firebomb is 24. She's a great grandmother, and at top rodeos across the U.S., they have shattered arena records on her, and she is setting the standard because she's given birth to 14 babies. With her is her 12-year-old daughter, Fireworks. And Fireworks, like her mom, Firebomb, is also the mother of 5. These two horses are loved and respected by the cowboys that dare to ride them, and they're leading the way for future generations, like Fireworks' baby girl. This is Firecracker. So you've got a mom, a daughter, and a grandmother. And one day the youngest member of the family, Firecracker's little girl, this is Firefly. She is going to follow in the footsteps of her great-grandmother, who at one time bucked in the Astrodome. And you can see that little baby likes to buck as well. That's because some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision. But this family of athletes was born to challenge its riders. Because bucking comes naturally to these broncs, and it's our responsibility and our privilege to make sure they are cared for with respect and worth. You want to know why? Because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family too. And they represent not just the legacy, but also the future of our rodeo. So let's give all of our human and animal athletes a hand. And a thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. And be sure and visit these beautiful horses in the Born to Buck exhibit. That's right, you can get up close and personal with these mares and their colts at the Born to Buck exhibit presented by Oxy, just east of the Astrodome in the Junction.
Up next, it's the Calf Scramble action. Look at it, clean shirts and ready. Okay, who wants to be the Chick-fil-A champion of the night? Chick-fil-A sends them out. Here's the hassle. Our three are being launched by NASA. There's the bull. Oh, he's under the B-Someone bridge. Hurry up, catch the corner. Oh, I lost his horse. Now we got him back. 3 up. Here we go. Chase him. Get him out of the carnival. What's he doing in there? All right, we got him back in NRG. Howdy, you're in the way. There you go. Throw it. Whoops, they caught each other. Somebody slide up. She's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, C. Mills 2007. She is your Chick-fil-A champion of the day.
Congratulations. Hey, dude. Home to the world's lightest shoes, the world's most comfortable cushiony shoes, brings you the Hey Dude Cowboy Cam. If you didn't dress like a cowboy, we're going to make you look like one. That's right. We got to put horns on you, we'll do it. We got to put a mustache on you, we'll do it. We need to put a cowboy hat on you. The Hey Dude Cowboy Cam will dress you up the way you need to be dressed. Thanks to Hey Dude.
Oh, we are back inside of NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. Here's something everybody loves. It's Calf Scramble time. Now, folks, this is sponsored by Rock and Roll Dinner. Tonight, we want you to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf, get him across the line, because this scrambler could have a chance to compete in the Super Scramble on March 19th. Here's our host, Patty Smith, and it starts off with the handsome Floridian, Andy Seiler.
Thank you for that compliment, Bobby T. That's very kind coming from you. There's 19 young ladies and 11 young men, all in 4-H and FFA in the scramble, and Patty's been conversing with them, and I want to know what you know, Patty.
Well, I know we've got a bunch of athletes down there. I know we have a bunch of first-timers down there, but we're going to have a great calf scramble. Let's get it started by meeting the kids, starting with number 1, Chrissy Feller.
Kiera Pozo.
Ella Isbell.
Maggie Jo Cantu.
Brooklyn Herndon.
Hayden Pegas.
Carly Madden. Maddox,
Colton Abrams,
Leslie Rivas,
Michael Nash,
Sarah Luptinsky,
Briley McAnally,
Caden Leonard,
Gabe Beverly,
Kobe Kirby,
Brindley Clevenger,
Natalie Stewart,
Caden Pruitt,
Riley Gifford,
Brianna Ryburn,
Kyaria Authorley,
Augustus Sexton,
Donovan Wells,
Gage Bardwell,
Morgan McGuire,
Noah Silvas,
Riley Silvas,
Isabella De La Garza,
Cutter Vlassen,
and Mackenzie Gabbard. Those are the 30 calf scramblers on night number 17. Wow. It's hard to believe we made it this far. Now, each and every evening, we have two individuals that make sure the calf scramble starts as planned. Now, the first is going to be our calf scramble gate openers. Tonight we have two of them. They're going to swing that gate open and let the calves in. Let's welcome Houston Astros legends Lance Berkman and Craig Biggio. I thought maybe you'd heard of them. Now, the most important person to make sure that everything goes as planned is our calf scramble starter. They will drop the hat to signify to our kids that it's time to go catch one. And we welcome the marketing manager from Panhandle Rock and Roll Denim, Shannon Sneed. Now, the gate will swing open. Thank you, Lance and Craig. The calves come up the chute as Shannon holds that hat high, waiting for the chance to drop it. When it comes down, the kids go, and here we are. Let's catch a calf.
And there they go. The calves are off and running. The kids are running and scrambling as well. I told you they were athletes. Look at them go. We've already got a couple catches down here on my end. Right there, number 11, Sarah Luptinsky from Elkins is in on the action. There's one of our boys right there already working the halter on his calf.
First stage, catch the calf, then you need to put the halter on. There you go. That's exactly how you do it. A smooth transition for number 13, Caden Leonard of Navasota FFA.
We've got number 9, Leslie Rivas from Cy Springs. She's got her arms wrapped tightly around that. She likes to horseback ride. She's raising a sheep, and this is her first calf scramble. We got a couple girls vying for that one behind her. Number 30 there, Mackenzie Gabbard's got it by the tail. There's number 27, Riley Silvas from Paytow. He's here with his brother. He's on the football team, and he shows cattle. He's the younger brother of the two. Says his older brother's mean.
She's holding on for dear life. There is 27, and I believe that's 11, Sarah Luptinsky. They've got their halters on, and they are headed towards the box. As 13 gets it in, Caden Leonard. That looks to be the first catch of the night, Patty.
Yep, he's one of our athletes. And here comes 3 of our other kids. That's number 3, Ella Isbell. As you mentioned, number 11, Sarah Lutinsky. Number 14, Gabe Beverly from Canton. He likes to fight fires in his spare time with his dad. He's also calf scrambled before at Fort Worth and caught, so he knows what he's doing. That's number 28, Isabella De La Garza. She's a barrel racer in her spare time and would like to be a vet and attend Texas A&M.
That's another shot of Sarah. So close to the line, just a few more steps. There's number 3, Ella Isbell, as Patty just mentioned. Come on, Sarah, just a few more steps. Houston, come on, help her out. That's what we were looking for.
Number 27, Riley Silvas is waiting there on the edge as well. And oh, this one looks like a little bit more of a challenge down here. He doesn't have that by the right end there. That's Colton Abrams from Columbia Brazoria FFA.
She's going to try to work his way to the front end. That's number 21, Kairia Otherly of Lamar FFA. She says, come on, we're going this way.
She said she's raising a beautiful pig named Crystal. So she knows how to handle some animals here.
Right.
Almost there.
That calf's giving her some attitude. Don't let go of the lead rope. She's got him in there. Good job, Kiara.
And here comes number 12, Riley McGanley from Anderson County 4-H. She's got some work to do, but she's got her hands on it. There's number 10, Michael Nash from Chireno FFA. He's a baseball player. He's got a heifer named Queen, and he's looking to complete his trifecta. He's already caught twice in Fort Worth.
There's number 10. That's Michael Nash again, just from a different angle.
From these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine are standing by to take care of any injuries to our competitors. And catching a calf is really just the beginning of a year-long educational journey for these Texas 4-H and FFA kids, isn't it, Andy?
You're right, Patty. We need to tell them a little bit more about what the calf scramble does and what it gives back. Catching a calf awards each and every one of these participants that catch a certificate for a steer or a heifer to bring back to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. This program began back in 1942 and has awarded over $19.8 million in certificates to 23,600 students and more since its inception. Raising an animal, just like number 10, Michael Nash is looking to do, teaches so many things, such as the responsibility for caring for that living animal, financial accountability, record keeping, decision making, and communications, as each and every one of these exhibitors that catches keeps in touch with their donors. They'll also learn self-confidence once they bring that same animal back to a fall progress show in front of a judge for the first time. And then when they return to next year's Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo with that steer or heifer. So it is going to be a year-long journey, Patty. Catching and the calf scramble puts them well on their way.
And that's number 4, Maggie Jo Cantu from Victoria County, bringing that one in. There's number 12, Riley McAnally. Here comes Maggie Jo again. She's a cheerleader. And she said there's nothing facetious about this one. She's taking this very seriously, and she is bringing this calf into the square. Good job.
It looks as if we are running out of strays. We just have one more there on the north end that our scramblers are closing in on.
Oh, looks like number 17, Natalie Stewart, got to that one.
Natalie from Magnolia West FFA. One of the 19 young ladies in the calf scramble. She is quick to get that halter out.
I was kind of hoping that number 16 standing by was going to catch something so I could talk about her, because when I asked her to tell me something about her, she says, well, I live in the middle of nowhere and I like cheeseburgers. So it was about one of the best answers I got, but at least I got to get it in.
Yes, you did. Well, right down the list, one notch, it's 17, Natalie Stewart. She's got the halter on. She just needs to make sure it's tight and secure. Now she'll get the lead rope in her hands and take a walk that will create a memory. Hold on. There you go. At the end of that lead rope, take the calf to the big box in the middle of the arena.
Hey, this is tiring, folks. If you're a Chris Stapleton fan, I want to hear from you. Help this girl in. Come on.
Getting a little assistance from Bo Sheets. Just a few more steps to put her name in the calf scramble record books. Congratulations, Natalie. Thank you to our sponsor of the calf scramble, Rock and Roll Denim. Stay close, Chuck Wagon Racing. It's just around the corner.
We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats as I say thank you to Random Acts of Kindness Rodeo. That is our participants from Chevron. Now, our arena crew, there they are, those talented men and women working the chutes and equipment, sponsored by Cavender's Boot City. But folks, Valley Sports Southwest will be showing and streaming all of the rodeo performances live. Get all of the details on valleysports.com. Enjoy on Valley Sports Southwest when you cannot be here.
So one of the things, we know you love the rodeo and the concerts and the carnival, but what you have to understand is winning the Grand Champion steer is the greatest thing could ever happen to an exhibitor. Watch.
Each year, thousands of Texas 4-H and FFA students travel to NRG Center to compete at the world's largest livestock show.
It's awesome. Houston's definitely probably the most giving for scholarships, money, everything. It's great. It's a great show.
It takes hard work and perseverance to get the coveted title of Grand Champion at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
It takes a lot of time working with them, feeding. It's really a long process, but I mean, at the end, it gets paid off. I won my class, and then I went in for the grand drive, and I won the whole breed.
Good luck. That's going to be a big, big day. All right, folks, Chuck Wagon Races. In order to enjoy them, you need to do what we're doing, and that is pick out a favorite and bet against your buddy. Baylor, Ford, and Shell. I've got Ford. Andy has Baylor Medicine. Bob has Shell. 2 laps around the arena. The first horse to cross the white line on the west side is the winning wagon on the second lap. We're off. Ford in the early lead.
Oh, Andy, I'm just drafting with that Shell wagon.
Lap 1 is just a lot of hot air. Lap 2 is where the magic really happens.
I'm a little worried about my driver. I think he went over the 300-pound mark today.
Oh, we're taking the inside. Here comes Ford. Here comes Ford. Oh! And I do believe Shell may have eked out a victory.
I don't know how they did it. Look at old Big Burrito. That guy loves Spanish food, and he's been on it for 2 weeks. Yep. It's going to be Shell.
Thank you to Baylor, Ford, and Shell.
This time we're talking about Chevron. That'll be Big Boyd. Kroger, that's me. And Mustang Cat, Andy on the floor. Folks, you gotta pick a winner. You gotta bet $1, bet a beer, bet a hug, bet a smooch. You got 'em.
I'm not kissing you, Bob.
you're good with Mustang. How many people love Kroger?
Andy, you can't stop now. Okay, pick your favorite wagon. Which one's going to win? I'm saying Chevron. Off to an early lead.
I'm saying Kroger. They're saving it for the second lap.
If you're smart, you'll go with the black and yellow of Mustang Cat.
Yeah, well, I'm going to kiss Mustang Cat goodbye, starting right now.
Watch out, Kroger. Set the pace. Go to the wall. Go to the wall and get turned to the left. Hurry up, hurry up.
Chevron, cut the corner, Chevron.
Last 2 turns. Let's turn it up. Can we do it? Yes.
I do believe.
Yeah.
The little guy, the young man, dug one out of the ditch with Mustang Cat. Something I rarely ever get to say, so I'm going to be proud saying it. Andy Seiler wins with Mustang Cat.
And old Bob got a second. Boyd and Chevron got a third. Thank you, Chevron.
Bob, if you ain't first, you're last. Thank you to Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat.
Boy, you're tough on us tonight, buddy. Hey, folks, you don't want to miss the mutton bustin'. It's coming up soon.
The contributions that our show volunteers have made are changing lives for Texas students. Here's Chairman of the Board, Brady Carruth.
I'm the first legacy chairman of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And my, dad was the chairman for the 50th anniversary, and I happen to be chairman for the 90th anniversary. It's great that I can follow his footpath of his great legacy. My mother was very involved in the show, and she loved the school art committee. She was always very passionate that kids needed to have an opportunity to participate in our show, even if they couldn't raise an animal.
I've been painting since before I can remember. The biggest competition was Houston, and then even today, it still is. Senior year, I finally won the grand champion. It almost paid for my college at TCU. I have very minimal student loans, but if I really sit down and think, what did Houston do for me? It helped me develop myself as an artist.
This young man shown that his art was appreciated, that he had talent, and he wants to pass that along to the younger students also by being an art teacher.
I start out the class period by just explaining what the opportunities are for doing this competition. I give them my story and tell them what it afforded me.
There are a lot of careers these days that sprout off that kind of knowledge. A lot of things you can do with a good creative art background.
The school art opened up a lot of opportunities for me. Being able to provide me with college funds, allowing me to be able to showcase my art pieces and sharing my passion with others. I'm a design engineer, so I like to be able to see things from an artistic perspective in my technical concepts that I supply to clients.
It helps students who may or may not have had something to pour into, but it directs their attention to something positive, something to work for. And it is a platform that is changing lives for kids in Texas.
Congratulations. Sold at $250,000.
Thank you, Mr. Carruth.
Okay, folks, we need you horribly bad right now, so please pay close attention. We're about to play a game called Defying Gravity. And the truth is, you can't defy gravity on Earth. You can only do it in space. But we're going to show you some cowboys who tried to defy gravity, and they failed. And whoever failed the most and got hurt the most will get free travel money based upon how loud you get when you see their wreck. Check this out.
We've all been there. That feeling you get when your feet leave the ground and you're not sure which way is up. Like when you're in space. All you feel is air. Everything's in super slow motion. You lose your sense of time and space. Feels like you're defying gravity. Axiom Space. Builders of the first commercial space station want to provide a smooth landing for our rodeo contestants. But who had the roughest ride? You be the judge.
Okay, folks, so in its simplest form, all we need from you is a lot of noise and applause. We're going to give you 3 opportunities, and each time you see a cowboy get hurt, you got to start screaming if you want to give him some free, actually hundreds of dollars in travel money. So get ready to give it away as we start things with a bull rider. First guy to go is going to be Jeff Askey. Oh, defy gravity? I don't think so, Scooter. He just got snapped like a whip. I mean, bam! Planted him like seed corn. Lawn darted him. Gravity played a big problem for Askey. And now if you want that Texas bull rider to have some travel cash, get loud now.
$92.
Oh, you're cold. You want?
Oh, we got to warm you up. I want to give you to a rookie, or I'm going to give a rookie to you. There's a chance shot from South Dakota. Whoa, whoa, look out. Oh, got to turn loose of that rope. You talk about rip him. Look at the bullfighters now. He's going to try to catch him in the air. Kick the bullfighters. Kill the man. Ladies and gentlemen, he's just a kid, 20 years old. You got to help him.
Oh, awesome. We ripped somebody's guts out, and there you go. 100 for chance. How about 2 knee replacements? That's what Maverick Potter, another Texas bull rider, is going to need after this landing. But first, he gets to see if he can fly. But he can't. And when he hit the ground on both those knees, oh, it busted an egg in him, folks. You need to go to 101, and if anybody can do it, it's you. Let's hear it now.
Well, I can see that 96 as far as we can go. What about my boy Chance Shot from North or South Dakota? He's going to enjoy that travel money. Thank you to Axiom Space.
That's tonight's Defying Gravity Awards, sponsored by Axiom Space. During our last rodeo performance, you'll have the chance to vote for the grand prize winner, who will receive the top award, $3,000 in travel funds.
Okay, it's time to strap your children to farm animals and call it entertainment. It's the Mutton Bustin' at Rodeo Houston, and HEB proudly brings it to you on this night. Down to the arena floor we go to our hosts, Patty Smith, Andy Seiler.
Thank you, Boyd. We only have 4 left, Patty.
We do only have 4 left. And you know, these kids are all competing to get to that championship on Sunday as well.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Claire Coleman, Beaumont, Texas, a 6-year-old mutton buster. Hold on tight, Claire. Hands and feet. Here we go.
And there goes Claire. This is how you started at Rodeo Houston with sparkly boots and all, taking it all the way to the other side. Great job, Claire Coleman.
What a start. Brooke Thomas, Houston, Texas. She loves the calf scramble.
And she wants to be a ballerina, as evidenced by the little tutu.
My daughter would love that outfit. Hayes Nolan Priest of League City, Texas.
The locks are flying, and so too is Hayes Nolan Priest. Great job.
Zane Edmondson of Deer Park, Texas. Hold on, Zane.
Zane wants to be an astronaut, and he did a nice little dismount about halfway across the dirt.
In rides William Kerr of Houston, Texas. Wants to grow up to be a police officer.
And there he goes. Nice little sidewinder job there. Good job, William.
Back to the chutes with Jace Garza, Kingsville, Texas. Jace loves team roping. Show him what you can do.
He's got the bright red shirt on. He looks like a cowboy to me. Great job, Jace.
Houston, Texas's William Velasquez. 6 years old, loves traveling.
And there he goes. William is traveling all the way across the dirt. And he has to get pulled off that sheep by one of our bullfighters. Great job, William.
Jack Seeley, a man on a mission, loves bulls, bull riding, and wants to be a bull rider.
Oh, and he had a hard right turn on that sheep. Good job, Jack. Yourself.
6-year-old Ryder Spanger of Cypress, Texas. Go, Ryder!
Ryder's got the balance. Ryder is riding, and Ryder sliding into home plate.
Robbie Schonlaw, Brentwood, Texas. Future job champion.
There goes Robbie. Another one making it all the way to the other side. These kids have it going on tonight, Andy.
He said he wanted to be the champion. We'll see. Kate Kushner, 5-year-old Houstonian.
And she wants to be the boss.
Back to Cypress, Texas with Ethan Pancratz. 6-year-old that likes eating brisket and watching bucking Broncos. Oh no, we're in slow motion, Patty.
Well, if we turned it into a timed event, he might have a shot here, but I don't know. We're not making much progress, but he's hanging on. I'm going to give him points for tenacity. Way to stick with it, Ethan.
Final mutton buster is Trip Trevino, 5 years old, from right here in Houston.
There goes Trip. He makes it about halfway across. Great job to all of these kids.
With only 4 nights remaining, we have another great set of mutton busters. There's their back number with their name on it. You could take that home and frame it. They're gonna love having that as a memento from tonight, along with a medal. But each and every night we have a special treat. The champion gets to talk to Patty Smith.
Yes, he does, and our champion is William Velasquez. And we watched William go all the way across to the other side. In fact, the bullfighter had to pull you off that sheep you went so far. How were you able to stay on for so long?
I grabbed the hair tight.
Yeah, you did a great job. How did you learn how to do that? Did you practice someplace?
At my house on my dad.
Does your dad have a bunch of fur like that sheep did?
No.
No? Who's easier to ride, your dad or the sheep?
My dad.
Your dad's easier? Well, your dad taught you very well. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a doctor.
A doctor. All right. Well, you did an amazing job, and I have a feeling you're going to be a great doctor when you grow up. But right now, our HEB representative, Nicole Valdez, has your championship buckle. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for tonight's Mutton Bustin' champion, William Velasquez.
And thanks to HEB for sponsoring our Mutton Bustin'.
It's time for the Miller Lite Ride of the Night. Who else could you pick, folks? Kai Hamilton on an unridden bull named Anthrax. This Aussie rode him away from his hand for 89.5 points. That makes him your Miller Lite Ride of the Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, our lights will be going out shortly. No video recording of our entertainer is allowed, and the only spectators allowed in the arena are the fans in the chute seats presented by Hess. Our lights are going out now.